Hello friends, most welcome to English Advantage. In this video, I will be explaining to you the 30 most important sentence correction examples that will be very useful for the forthcoming exams like Bank PO, SBI Bank PO Clerk and SSC CGL exam. So let us see all these examples. See 30 most important sentence I have picked up for the revision point of view. So through this, you can do a very good revision for the forthcoming exams if you are appearing in these exams. Obviously, the first sentence is I have taken the most important sentence, and these sentences will be useful not only in the sentence correction but also sentence improvement in closed test also, because I will be explaining to you the concepts, the different concepts related with these sentences. The world economy seems to have started 2016 on a ominous note. So in this sentence there is a very simple error. This A is a very simple error, because before the vowel sound we always put article N. So in place of A here you should write N. This is the error in this sentence. I haven't divided the sentence in 5 parts like in the examination, because here I will be explaining to you the different concepts. Now let us see the second sentence. This is the second sentence. One of the great accomplishments have been to get the word startup accepted within the administration. In these kind of sentences, whenever you notice this one, you should always pay attention on this word, following this word, accomplishments. So any word following this one of the phrase is always written in plural, because we always pick one out of many. We cannot pick one out of one. We always pick one out of many. So the noun following the one of should be written in plural, but at the same time this helping verb should be written in singular, not have been, but it should be has been, because this helping verb is connected with this word bun. So that is why this has to be in singular. This part accomplishment, this part has to be in plural, and the following helping verb has to be in singular. So this is the very basic concept, and these kind of sentences are very common in Bank PO exams. So please be very clear about this. Now let us see the next sentence, sentence number 3. We imagine Safari suited micro and small businesses owner obsequiously means dutifully or obediently dealing with multiple government agencies and not averse to bend the laws and greasing the machinery. Now you can solve this sentence in two ways. Just see here, after this and this ing form is given, so before this you should write here also ing. Okay, so this way you can understand, and you can understand this way also. This averse to is a prepositional phrase, and prepositional phrases are always followed by ing form of the verb. So this is the error here. This should be written as bending, not bend, bending the law and greasing the machinery. So this way this sentence will be consistent and correct. Now let us look at the sentence number 4. Many state government have set up technological parks and startup villages which offer office spaces, power, bandwidth and tax break at subsidy rates. Just see, this is this pay attention at this part, at subsidy rates. Now we have to qualify this rates, which is a noun. We have to particularize it. We have to tell the quality of it. Okay, we have to qualify it. So when we have to qualify the noun, we use adjective. So here we have to write the subsidized, at subsidized rate, not subsidy rate. So this question I have taken for last year Bank PO exam, and these kind of sentences related with the noun and adjective are very common. So here you have to write subsidized rates, because you are qualifying the noun rate. Now let us look at this sentence. A mobile app will be made available from 1st April this year for the purposes of registering, filing, tracking, and again the same kind of sentence has come here. See, all the verb here for the purposes of, this of is a preposition which should be followed by ing form of the verb, which is followed by the ing form of the verb, but all the verbs should be in the ing after comma. Registering, filing, tracking, and it should be applying. So this applying is a wrong here. It should be written here applying, not apply, to maintain the consistency of the sentence. Now let us look at the next sentence. Indian weightlifters were suspended by the country's weightlifting federation after they tested positive for banning substances. Now just see here why they were suspended. They were suspended because they eaten or because they took banned substances. The substances that are banned or that are prohibited, you cannot use them because they give you instant energy. So that is why these kind of substances for the weightlifter and for the racers are banned. So these substances were banned. Here you should write. Here again you are qualifying the noun by the adjective. So here you should write banned adjectives, banned substances. Sorry. So this way these sentences can be corrected. Now let us look at the next part of the sentences. Sentence number 7. These allegations have followed a BBC report that 15 top 50 players of last decade have fixed matches but gone unpunished. Just see here we are talking about the last decade. Okay, so obviously this is the past. This sentence is indicating something related with the past. So that is why you have to replace this word have with the had, because here we are talking about the past. So this is also very common. These kind of sentences related with the tense and time are very common. Now let us look at the next sentence. Sentence number 8. Fixing tennis matches is said to be widespread in Eastern Europe and Russia, where poorly paid players are easily bribed. Now this bribe is a verb, and we want to say that poorly paid players are easily bribed by scammers or by match fixers. They are given bribe. They are given bribe by somebody. So that is why the sentence is obviously in the passive voice, because here we are using the agent by someone. They are bribed by someone. So whenever there is an agent, it is always written in passive voice. So in passive voice, this verb form you have to write in B3. That is third form of the verb. So you have to replace the bribe with bribed. Okay, so this way the sentence can be corrected. Now let us look at the next sentence. To a great extent, the stories about the poor financial state of public sector banks, which account to almost 70% of the total asset in the banking space. This sentence want to say that the share of the public sector bank in all the banking space is 70%. So 70% part is this public sector bank has the 70% part. So here you have to say the account for, because 70% part is taken by a public sector bank, or the share of public sector bank is 70%. So here you have to say the account for, because account for means to be responsible, to have that much share. So we are talking about the share, so you have to write here account for. So this is how this sentence can be corrected. Now let us look at the sentence number 10. This is a dangerous drug, so under no circumstances it is to be left anywhere in the hospital that members of the public could access. Okay, so here look at this negative phrase. Any negative word, any negative phrase, any negative idioms, they are followed by the rule of subject inversion. Here you have to invert the subject. Here after this negative word or negative phrase, you have to write is it. First you have to write helping verb. This is the helping verb and this is the subject. So after any negative word like no, like never, like hardly, first you have to write the helping verb, that you have to write, then you have to write the subject. So this sentence should be written like this: under no circumstances is it, not it is. Okay, so this way, this is also very common example sentence. Like if I need to say I will never go over there, and if I have to put the never in the first part, so I will say never will I go there, not never I will go there. So this is the example of subject inversion. After the negative words or negative phrases, we have to invert the subject. So I hope you have understood this properly. Now let us look at the next sentence number 11. The man who was allegedly stolen a sum of 6 lakh rupees was finally arrested by police. Obviously there is an agent which is indicated by which is indicated by this word by police. So this is the passive voice. This part is the passive voice, but again in this sentence, this part, the man who was allegedly stolen a sum of 6 lakh rupees. Now till here this is active voice, because somebody is doing some action here. Okay, and here the action is being done on somebody. So obviously this is the passive voice. This is the passive voice and this is the active voice. So here you have to write somebody had done something. After then he was arrested. Okay, the arresting was done before the after the crime, obviously. So that is why you have to write here had, because this action was done before the arresting. So you have to write here had. The man who had allegedly stolen a sum of 6 lakh rupees was finally arrested by police. So this is the case of active voice and passive voice. Now let us look at the another example. A man who was allegedly stolen a sum of 6 lakh rupees was finally arrested by police. Again, this is the same kind of example, but what is the mistake here? This is not a no error sentence. There is an error in this sentence. Just see here. In this sentence I have written here the, and in this sentence I have written here a. You have to make this sentence, this man is a particular man. This is not a any man, but this is a particular man who was arrested. So that is why you have to write here the, just to make it particularize. You have to write here the man who was allegedly stolen a sum of 6 lakh rupees was finally arrested by a police. So this way this sentence can be corrected. Very common mistake, and very these kind of sentences are very common and very typical of bank PO exam, because the sentence is very long but the mistake is very minor or very slight. So let us look at the next sentence. The RBI Committee on Financial Inclusion, headed by Deepak Mohanty, has done well to take a systematic approach instead of confine itself to banking channel. So again, just see here in this sentence, again there is a prepositional phrase, and this phrase should be followed by ing form of the verb. So this is wrong here. This should be written as confining. Okay, let us look at the next sentence. When Winston Churchill was to return from South Africa after Boer War, he stopped in Bengaluru in South India. See, when you stop, when you are continuously running, or when you are continuously going somewhere, you have to stop somewhere. So that is why this sentence want to indicate. So you should say when Winston Churchill was returning. That is why only when you are running or walking somewhere you can stop. So that is why you have to say here returning. So this sentence should be written in continuous tense. This word when is also indicating that this is a continuous sentence. So when Winston Churchill was returning from South Africa after Boer War, he stopped in Bengaluru in South India. This is how this sentence can be corrected. Now let us look at the next sentence. What new scientific research is finding about the benefit of controlling breath was practiced for centuries in India? Just see here in this sentence, when we use this foreign sense, we use foreign sense only in perfect tenses. So you have to make this sentence a perfect continuous tense. So this word is wrong here. You have to write here has been, because here we are using the for or since. So this way the sentence can be corrected. Now let us look at this sentence. Sentence number 60. Sharad Pawar said Modi is like the proverbial farmer who can sense the weather and knows which way will the wind blow. Just look at this sentence. This sentence is not a question but a statement. So that is why we have to follow the statement pattern. After this which way, we have to write the subject. Which way the wind will flow or blow. So this way you have to write this sentence, because this is not a question. So that is why you have to change this pattern. You have to invert the subject. Which way the wind will blow. Not will not come first. First the subject will come, then this helping verb will come. Let us look at the next sentence. I hope you are understanding properly, and if you are unable to understand properly, please write to me in the comment box so that I can answer you back in 24 hours. One bull of a China shop is bad enough, but two is a recipe for disaster. Definitely this is true. See, this is a idiomatic expression. This is a idiom, kind of a idiom. Bull of a China shop. But we do not say bull of a China shop. We always say bull in a China shop. So this of should be replaced with in. This is the wrong is here. Now let us look at the next sentence. There are not many instances in the world apart from Nepal and India where the relationship between tree could be described as that between teeth and lips. This word is wrong here. We are not comparing. We are just saying that Nepal and India relationship is like a teeth and lips relationship, and other country relationships are not like that. So we are comparing here. So that is why you have to say here where, not whereas. So there are too many instances in the world apart from Nepal and India where the relationship, okay, in which place the relationship. This is what the sentence want to say. Where the relationship between the two countries could be described as that between teeth and lips. So this whereas is completely wrong here. It should be replaced by where. Okay. So this is how the sentence can be corrected. Now let us look at the next set of sentences. Sentence number 19. To the right balance of fiscal policy measures and sustained economic reforms, India has the potential to emerge as the global leader of growth, innovation and productivity. India is emerging as a leader in the field of growth, innovation and productivity. But with what thing? Okay, this is what the sentence want to say. Thus, India is having right balance of fiscal policy measure and sustained economic reform. These are the two things that that the India want to grow with. So that is why you have to write here. This word is incorrect here. This two is incorrect here. You have to write here with, because you grow with something, obviously. So you are having two things here. With the right balance of fiscal policy measures and sustained economic reforms, India has the potential to emerge as the global leader of growth, innovation and productivity. So this is how you correct this sentence. Now just see here, since time immemorial, the Himalayas have provided us with a magnificent frontier. Okay, now that the idiomatic expression is from time immemorial, from indefinite time. Okay, so from indefinite time, this is the correct phrase. You do not write here since, because this is not a perfect tense. You have to write here from. You have to write here from time immemorial, from time immemorial. So this is how this idiom is. Okay, and before this, here I can mention couple of concepts also. This Himalayas is always written in a plural, because Himalayas is a range of mountain. This is not an individual mountain, unlike Mount Everest. And before Himalayas, you always write the. This is also a rule of grammar. And Himalayas being a plural is followed by plural helping verb. This is also a concept. And Mount Everest being a individual mountain, it's not followed by the, but Himalayas is followed by the. Now let us look at this sentence. Climate negotiations from across the world already have begun. This sentence is looking quite awkward here. This word already should come here. Climate negotiations from across the world have already begun. These words like already, like never, like always comes before the main word, and this is the main word here. Already, have already begun, have always begun, have never begun. This way this sentence can be corrected. Now let us look at this sentence number 22. After a recent visit to Singapore, Prime Minister Modi averred means he commented, he said that India is a great country but had a lot to learn from Singapore. So if you look at this sentence closely, you will find that this verb indicate that this sentence is written in past. So here you have to say was. This is wrong here. Okay, now let us look at the next sentence. 23rd December is celebrating in India as Farmers Day. When somebody celebrates something, it means this particular day is being celebrated by other people. Other people are involved here. This is the object of other people. So other people is the agent here. So whenever there is an agent in any sentence, it is always written in passive voice. So you have to write here 23rd December is being celebrated, because people are celebrating is. Okay, is being celebrating in India as Farmers Day. So this is how this sentence should be written. It should be written as is being celebrated, not celebrating. Now let us look at this next sentence. New Zealand cricket captain Brent McCullum announced he would retire from international cricket in Feb to end one of sport's most colorful career. He want to say that he will retire and end. He will do the two action. He will retire and end. And when two action happen at the same time, we always use the participle form. So here you have to say he will retire ending one of the sport most colorful sentence. This is how you have to correct this sentence. Now let us look at the last set of sentences. The Reserve Bank of India said that the center, again this sentence is written in past. This is the past tense, so here you have to write the past tense. You have to write here faced. So this is how you can correct the sentence. Next sentence, Bitcoin is a form of digital currency which is looked after suspicion across the world has found support from an unexpected quarter. Bitcoin, as you must be knowing, is a digital currency and which is looked after. Just look at this word. Just pay attention to this word. This Bitcoin is not taken care of by suspicion. This is looked with suspicion. Okay, there is a doubt or there is a skepticism about this word or about this object. So Bitcoin is a form of digital currency which is looked with suspicion. People look at it with suspicion. People look at it with doubt. So that is why you have to write here looked with suspicion across the world. This is how the sentence can be corrected. This is also a Bank PO sentence. Now let us look at this sentence. The winter session at Parliament ended without the passage of two key economic reform bills. See, here we are talking about the two bills that were to be put in the Parliament. Goods and Services Tax. This is the first, and bankruptcy law. So these are the two bills. So here we have already said bills, but this part is wrong. Here we don't have to say reforms. We have to say reform bills because we have already made it plural by putting s in the bill. So we don't have to put s in the reform here. This is how this sentence can be corrected. Let us look at this sentence number 28. In order to check black money, the Central Board of Direct Taxes has notified norms under which cash receipts and high value transactions beyond a certain threshold will have to be reported to the income tax authorities with effect to, okay. So this phrase is wrong here. You have to write here, when you start something you always say with effect from, and the short form is WEF. From this particular date something will start. So you have to write here with effect from. This word to is completely wrong here. Now let us look at this sentence. The notification is also laid down. It should be laid down the reporting norms for cash. Whenever you see this word, you should be alert because this word is very confusing. Now this lied means not to tell the truth. Here you have to say that the notification has also mentioned or kind of stated. So for this you have to say here laid down, that is LAID. Laid down means to mention something or retain something. So LAID, this word is inappropriate here. Okay, now let us look at this last sentence. The external plan aims to allow a startup to wind down its operation in 90 days after it appoints a liquidator professional and pay off all creditor and sells the asset. Just see in this sentence what is the mistake in this sentence. The subject is action plan, that is singular. That is why you have to retain here aims. Okay, so in all verb it should be written the same way. Like you have to retain here appoints. Okay, and you have to write here pays off to maintain the consistency of the sentence. The same way you have to you have written here sells. So that's it, and these 30 sentences I have taken in this video tutorial, and these are the most important and most useful sentences because they are based on concept, and these sentences are very typical of Bank PO, bank clerk, SSC, CGL, NDA and CDS exam. So if you clear your concepts and if you understand these sentences very well, they will be very useful, and you will definitely be successful in the first attempt. So if you have found this video useful for your success, kindly like it, share it with your friends, and comment us so that I can know how did you like it. And if you are the first timer on this channel, please do subscribe to us so that you keep getting such kind of videos, such kind of learning video, and you can become successful. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I wish you all the best for your bright future. Thank you.